You see the migration from S2G that did abandon their post in the end, leaving the bridge. Here's the replay. Okay, so this is it. It looks like it was the teammate then, I imagine, on the bounce.
Oh, no!
Saw it in the Elim feed, Jukes. I'm thinking, how on earth has this happened? Like, you trapped in a building? What's going on? The strafe with a nade.
It wasn't really a deal.
Oh, mate.
Those windows used to be bigger. I think that's what it was.
I don't even know if that would have helped, but nade's not that big.
You gotta thread that needle, you know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, it didn't. It wasn't really a needle. It was a whole window. But you know what? It happens. It happens. You're under pressure. You got vehicles driving up on you. You're trying to make it to the finals, and just one little misplay, you get punished. Yesterday, we saw the Wolves, right, flip a car and get taken out because of it. And that just goes to show at this high level, one tiny mistake could be meaning going to the finals or going home. Yeah,
didn't expect that one. You'd be fuming as well.
Oh, yeah. Went out so
I hope the mental isn't brittle off the back of the team nade. You got to reset from it, Jukes.
Yeah, looking at the bottom of the leaderboards here, the fact that Tian went out so early, we're going to see them in the bottom three, most likely here after this game alone. I mean, you got Dopeness only 1 point away from passing them up. ETSH are still up with 4. Hustlers Crew are up with 3. So one of the favorites going into this lobby who, in my opinion, QGZ is one of the best players in the world. To see them struggle so hard in Group B is just shocking for me. So let's see how let's look over here at E Arena, who are going to have the warehouse near Severny. This is a really solid position. No matter where the zone goes, they're going to have a lot of real estate to be able to drive to there. So let's see how they decide to defend against it. It's not even that easy to press up on.
They're getting themselves into the zone, forging a path forward, and thankfully haven't been popped off by on the quick rotate. Last member from Alpha 7 there in Obscure, down on the deck. Chip damage, Dukes, but not enough. They're getting themselves into the zone, forging a path forward, and thankfully haven't been popped off by any of the teams in these positions, although maybe that will change with no fear. Ooh, chip damage, Dukes, but not enough.
Put some shots down range, and everyone's just playing keep away. Say, hey, no, someone's here. Do not full send it onto my building, please, and thank you. Oh, Wolves, okay. Nice nade there on the 721 GS. That's a huge fight. That's 10th and 11th place going at it. But it looks like they are just within little nade range. Not fighting it out just yet. Now we're going to look at GodLike. Okay, GodLike mighty close here to Young on Galacticos. I don't think Young on Galacticos want any of this fight right now. They're just going to push a little bit further down south the hill. Mormon catches Slonic. Oh, the Wolves looking hurt here, as that's 2 players down, but Elementrix, we're seeing a battle go out, and here he goes. Elementrix getting thirsted, and I believe that is the Wolves eliminated.
Get away to pick him up. The Wolves not surviving as a pack. 1 by 1, they're gone. The Arena resetting off the back of it. Grab Mormon, throw him in the vehicle, and get away to pick him up.
Yeah, wild to see here. The Arena going to push on over to that warehouse. We see Young Galacticos just south of GodLike underneath the hill. Romeo, yeah, using that hovercraft. That's the vehicle to use to get some extra intel. They're pushing up with it. Immediately, GodLike start putting some shots just to try and get it down a little bit further. But Young Galacticos are like, hey, yeah, we're here. Do you want to fight us? Maybe? Maybe you guys just go in the zone, we do as well?
So slick as well. That's
Let's
the
see
one
what
time
happens.
we've not seen him get an instant elim off something like that.
Yeah, I
Gang
think
don't want that
expecting to see someone white out.
Take Cloud with a back exposed. S-Power.
Lucky.
I know, dude. He's been so slick as well. That's the one time we've not seen him get an instant elim off something like that.
Yeah, I didn't think he was expecting to see someone white out in the open. And when you just give him that tiny pixel, he knocks it down. S-Power on point. That's the fight to open things up. Oof. Oh, and his nades, too, have been so dangerous today. It's a 4v3 situation. Let's see how GodLike decides to take this fight. They're already starting to wrap around, get their claws into Young Galacticos. They're going to have to get moving here pretty quick.
Yeah, the pins are played. Wrap around, set up. giving their squad more of an understanding of what's going on here, whilst the rest of our teams around the zone do begin to duel one another. F is there from TT, falling. Zerich replying back onto 721 GS. And that fight does result in them going down. Out of the running, but another game with 6 elims, Jukes.
Unreal. Now TT Project are down to 1 as well. That's 10 through 13. Pretty much almost out here. That's a huge opportunity for our bottom 3 to get out of there. And meanwhile, oh, Neon's actually does a good job of getting a knock on the ETSH. He's keeping his team alive. Oh, gets knocked out. Just up to effect. Last player up for TT Project. Now getting ran over, and that is them gone. And this is a huge opportunity down for ETSH. 7 points on the board. They're looking good to get themselves out of that bottom 3.
Looks like we lost Obscure from Alpha 7 there as well. I believe that was E Arena that went for the wrap down, found the solo and dispatched him, so he's got.
Unreal here. Cloud now pushing up onto GodLike, but S-Power on point all day long. Valiant Mito with another knock. Odyssey, Young on Galacticos. And a 6th place closeout here. This is top 5, pretty much all in it. This is the worst case scenario for this lobby.
God, this is absolutely brutal. Smile's literally the only one that could get away. Got back behind the vehicle, pieced out to create space between the two, but for GodLike, it seems like the fight isn't going to be over. It's only just getting started. Non-Shin Red Force close by, S2G as well, pushing up the hill. Nades onto the smokes. Fingers crossed that it'll connect onto someone.
Crispy at this point because our top 5 S-Power gets in the vehicle. Bunch of teams. Oh goodness gracious! This lobby is looking pretty crispy at this point because our top 5 teams are all in this. Bunch of teams in that mid pack are gone. Next zone does pop, goes right towards that center position. GodLike are going to use that high ground and gun skill to dominate this side of the map. And it looks like they are looking way too good to start the day. Man, S-Power has just been ridiculous today. And that last game was insane. Even here, his shots are so on point. He came ready to play today.
He's been living up to the brand with the plays he's been making. He's quick, stylish. Certainly delivering out there on the battleground, Jigs.
Maybe that's what the S stands for.
Hey, yo. I wouldn't fault him for it. He's been living up to the brand with the plays he's been making. The Arena. A lot of utility left to work with, and they're casting that up towards this little ridge. A rock between them and ETSH. Nearby bounce on the nade. Africo's got a double back slightly for Heater. Somewhat effective in these angles. Slight off angle where he can peek down on you. He loves these sort of peaks.
Throw a bombardment on them. Come on, Fajita. Let's see what you can do. Oh, Turny K getting hit with that nade. He's going to back it on up. So you know what? I'll leave those smokes right there. Looks like they're seeming to throw a bombardment on them. These teams in the mid-pack all played super Arena doing a good job. Back it up. Just, hey, take our time. We can't afford to get knocked here. This is still stage 5. This is wild. I mean, I think these teams in the mid-pack all played super aggressive, and it just didn't work out for like almost any of them.
Towards the top. And our bottom 3 squads all still in the running. The exact opposite of what really they need is to get out from this one. The rich will only get richer towards the top. And our bottom 3 squads all still in the running. That's where the movement could be off a game like this. VTSH can keep up the gameplay we've seen with 4 players alive and 7 elims in the bank already. Maybe they can start to climb out.
Nice knock there. Kamikaze gets a nade onto Admino from GodLike. Here we go. It's GodLike versus S2G. Good nade in that direction. Ooh, doesn't hit the mark just yet. And meanwhile, yeah, look at that smile from Young Galacticos, just hiding for his life here.
Chicaning around, but S2G loses Just sat inside that smoke. Oh, the vehicle so close to finding him as they're looking to bonnet him. S-Power's on the move as well. Chicaning around, but S2G lose another player down to 2. Lost, living up to his name because he's panicking right now. Can't quite find him, but S-Power takes a bullet to the back of the head. The SMG delivers. Goodbye, GodLike, as S2G win out on that one.
Huge play on the side of S2G right there, right on time too. You take out GodLike, who have now moved into second place. You got to get these reses though, and the blue zone is closing. You're gonna go ahead and pick him up, get him into that vehicle and smoke. Oh, never mind. It says, this ride is for myself and myself alone as I'm driving into a whole bunch of shots. Oh, Solke. That is looking like it is going to be it. Yeah, he has to move away from the vehicle. It explodes. And S2G, nice fight, but not able to convert anything afterwards.
Hey, there's Vitality as well, getting LOS onto that. They see them and instantly farm through, stealing away some extra points. Does Smile make a move? The solo here from Yangon. He's thinking about the big picture, Jukes, but look how tempting this is.
Hello! And Razy somehow survived that. The trap was sprung, and he was able to get out with the cheese. He got out with the cheese. Unscathed.
Ludicrous scenes, quick wrap around. Ooh, can't make it back in. That is going to be the deny out then. No chance to re-peek into the zone. Points denied, Yangon removed.
What is this leaderboard? What is this leaderboards, my man? What's going on here? So we got 4 from the top 5, 2 from the bottom 3, and only 1 in the mid pack.
Feeling pretty defiant.
Does it need to be said here? Does it need to be said here, folks? This is insane.
Realistically, the only one towards the bottom side with anything to be earned from this. Feeling pretty defiant. Sending down to a duo. Feels like it's all just inevitable with how it's been going. ETSH, realistically the only one towards the bottom side with anything to be earned from this. Dopeness sending down to a duo.
4 or 5 points a game.
The last man of Aura in Sleepy, tucked in behind the tree. Yunbin not far away either.
Considering that, honestly, he's doing enough, right? If you're Aura, you're just trying to put up, 4 or 5 points a game. That could be enough to just put yourselves into those finals. Considering that, all the mid-pack teams aren't going to have that 20-point pop-off game that they needed. There's only, I think, 1 that stands a chance. And it's going to be tough considering that almost all the lobby, the top of the lobby is still here. Look at this, Youngshim Red Force with 1. They're doing exactly what they need to. Now it's ETSH, the team that needs to get themselves out of the bottom. Now just getting destroyed on the side by E-Arena, the Thai squad. Deleting them out of there. Nice push, though. They did get some good, solid eliminations, but they're going to still need to do a whole lot more if we want to see them in that survival stage.
Yeah, I had to squeeze extra from this one. That's what you were saying. Good isn't enough anymore. For them, it's not going to bail them out. Dopeness, though. The Dope duo looking to clash versus Ida. First one falls. E-Arena even trying to siphon points off the back of that, and they do so successfully, taking down Dopeness. Hyunbin falls. Razy loses his footing on the rocks.
Flexing at this point. They still have 2 MG3, so good, but you know what? Its weakness is when you're getting shot in the back. All the teams at top are doing exactly what they need to. Fortunate there for Racy. Again, Team Vitality just flexing at this point. They still have 2 players up. Youngshim Red Force get that thirst. And, all the teams at top are doing exactly what they need to. Hey, just survive, put some decent points on the board, and it's a lot. Considering that there's only 5 teams remaining, all these teams are going to be getting some good, solid placement points. The real eyes on and storyline left is Ida. Like, if you're Ida right now, the best thing that could happen is you take out this entire lobby here and now.
Just have a monstrous game from it. Give it your absolute all. It's not going to get any easier, though. Weird timeline where Sleepy could probably sneak into the zone unnoticed as well, because Nonshin cleared this whole area, so they might not expect anyone to be there. They didn't find him tucked in behind the tree, so he's looking to just steal points if he can.
Schweppes practicing his TIG welding right there, making sure that he goes and he's walking that cut, fixing that vehicle. getting it loaded up for the rest of the match. I wonder if IDA has that IQ to understand. If they were doing enough elimination feed tracking to have a good idea of who's left in this lobby, it's quite difficult with everything that's going on. But if they have a good, solid idea of who's left, then they need to realize that they got to amp this aggression up. Like, why not? If you're IDA, you need to wipe this entire lobby out if you have a chance at getting top 5, because if you don't, and we see 4th and 5th place get chicken dinners, like, top 5's gone. So let's see what they decide to do here. I understand why they're playing it very pensively. They want to make sure that they get to that end game, but you got to ramp up the aggression.
Red Force.
Sleepy spotted in the end. He's hoping he could worm his way back into the zone, but not this time.
The arena with a bit of scouting.
Nonshin Red Force
in the back of the vehicle.
Looking for a bit of an assess on the situation. Got a good lay of the land and the position they're in. Vitality close by towards Ida as well. The arena with a bit of a scouting play. Tourniquet there in the back of the vehicle. Limited cover as well, Jukes. And Nonshin, such an open angle to just take pot shots.
Oh man, this circle is not too kind, as there's a lot of open field in that center. Everyone's gonna have to play the edge. I would like to see IDA go push up into these buildings though and challenge Team Vitality. They need to, honestly. They have to clear the south side out pretty quickly. And you can see them in the vehicles, in the buggies, just getting some more information for now. Rita, though, is just moving up ever so closely. He could hear those steps. He knows they're in that building.
To arc it in, find a knock, then they could collapse, but they are starting to fragment over.
Audio cue giving the game away somewhat. Rita with the nades as well, pinpooled on it.
2 players make it in.
If he gets a chance to arc it in, find a knock, then they could collapse, but they are starting to fragment over as well. Darkin advance towards the zone, looking to get set up near the cover they found. 2 players make it in. Darkin with a knock over to Hyunbin as well. Fires back up onto this ridge and does some damage onto Nonshin. Vitality re-aggress. Emre holding. Rito with the assist. The shotgun slaves back over onto Federales. Emre will pick off Axel. And Vitality crumble to Ida. They're starting to cook Jukes.
This is a perfect scenario for them, right? They got 2 players already taking a position in this next zone. They were able to clear out Team Vitality, and now they're getting towards that end game. It's still going to be quite difficult considering they got E-Arena up on top with the circle priority, and most likely we're going to see IDA fight Nongshim Red Force. So if that does happen, never mind. IDA, they understand. They need to win this game, push up into E-Arena, challenge them, try to take them out as fast as possible, and then have to deal with Nongshim Red Force later.
Deep nade in as well. Nonshin aren't sleeping either.
So many smokes being arced here, setting themselves up for it, trying to create some semblance of cover to protect them from Nongshim, block off the line of sight, and then take the fight over. Deep nade in as well. Nonshin aren't sleeping either. They're thinking about just taking the hit too, and it could be a three-way battle for the finish instantly. Tizzy so low.
Oh, Schweppes got so much damage onto him. But now we're going to see IDA throw some good nades onto Nongshim Red Force. That's 2 knocks for them. This is the best case scenario. They need to wipe out this entire lobby if they want a chance. Here they go, and they are starting to do it little by little. But now E-Arena have woke it up. Now they're starting to put in some work.
So much damage. So little time to try and fix the issues you've suffered from that encounter, and E-Arena know that the knee is weak. Seeing if they can make a buckle with Schweppes. Clearing through. Good shots on target. Brings us down to just a duo on either side. Mormon with utility as well. He's only got that 1 Molotov left in the back pocket. 100 rounds of ammo on the org as he shoots up. Emre sneaking in.
That one hurt. Unfortunately, that was his second to last name. Ooh, that volley. Mighty close. And Mormon gets the knock. Single player up left. It's Schweppes and Mormon versus the final player from IDA.
Tucks in behind the wall.
Darkin.
Misses. Darkin peaks.
Can he somehow find a way to follow through and win this 1v2? Peek up. Oh, it's good.
That's huge.
Schweppes falls. They've got the revive off in the meantime. Mormon primes the nade. Tony K tucks in behind the wall. Nade misses. Darkin peaks. That's on target. Good shot. Follow up there. HG takes him away as Tony K falls. Mormon closes the gap in the shotgun standoff, but will he win it? No!
Played it to perfection, Jukes.
Are you kidding me? What a finish! It's IDA getting it done in
it to perfection, Jukes.
Let's go!
They go for the res, he gets the engage off, wins the 1v1, isolates it with a nade, finishes him off, up close, sweating bullets with the shotgun, shuts it down and gets the dinner.
DBS behind the tree, using that shotgun whip technology, saying, you know what, I'm gonna shoot that shot before you could even see me, and goodbye. I mean, this was perfect case scenario. Literally, this is what they needed to do if they want a shot at the finals, and they did it the hardest way possible. That was not easy. Look at the shot.
Decision-making with how he approached it in what was a chaotic moment. Milliseconds of decision-making.
The quick taps on it. Fast fingers. And brilliant decision-making with how he approached it in what was a chaotic moment. Milliseconds of decision-making.
It's one of those plays sometimes you just gotta clutch it up. You know, you just gotta make a play if you want to keep your team in this tournament. And it's plays like that that are momentum shifters, right? It's one of those plays so big, so massive, that it gets your team so dang hyped that you just become an unstoppable force for it, right? So they got it in that game. And yeah, you can see that. You want to gain some faith in your squad? You want your team to believe in you? That is how you do it, and that is a kiss well deserved.
There was no buckshot in that shotgun, Jigs. It was all slugs. He just uppercutted the whole lobby.
That was it right there, guys. Made a play. That was one of the plays of the tournament so far. I mean, 1v3 to win the game, and if this squad makes it into the finals, that was it right there, guys. That is the play that made that possible.
So proactive that entire time.
Yep.
From feeling like it was becoming an impossibility
you're in a situation
to really just dialing in and immediately, like you say, locking in, knowing the game plan, understanding we have to fight. And they were so proactive that entire time.
Yep. And that's the thing, though, guys, right, is you're in a situation where your back's against the wall and you can just look at it and be like, hey, you know what, whatever happens, happens. We're just going to play it out as is. No, like, this is what I love about this year in particular. We're seeing teams, coaches understand just doing whatever happens isn't going to work. You got to do something different. You got to adapt.
You do indeed. And we got to get down to the stage with Kalaris to hear from GodLike.
That's right. Thank you very much, boys. Here I'm with S-Power once again to talk about that first victory, as well as what was going on in Erangel, but I want to focus on Rondo to start things off. Obviously, you guys had great eliminations to start things off over in Neox, and then from the north side of that circle, you looked very controlled, and then when SUG wrapped around, you looked super controlled against them as well. What was the game like from your perspective?
Our perspective was very simple and clear. We'll just play a natural game. We'll play in slow. Basically, we'll play in slow motion. We'll just go with the flow. We will try to clear our back as much as we can, and we did it very well. We executed the things very properly, so that's why we could secure the champions. Second in sorry.
Looked fantastic, really did. That's a great start for you guys. If you continue that on, you're basically going to be qualified for the final, so it's looking really good right now. Game 2, of course, wide wrap on towards Stalba on that east side, but then getting stuck on Stalba can be a little bit difficult there, and it kind of felt like that was the case for you guys. What was it like here from the team as a whole?
We did choke there because we planned something, but we didn't execute that in a proper way. That's what costed us the game, but hopefully we are looking forward to the next matches, and hopefully we'll do better comparatively. Yep.
It's looking good for GodLike. Thank you very much for joining me here, S-Power, once again. That is S-Power here down on the stage, looking awesome here on day 2 of Group B.
깨지나요? 다 찼다. 공 왔다, 공 왔다.
얘들아 왼쪽 보고 많아.
형, 앞에 나무 기절.
나무 중간 나무.
나무 라스. Ben yine tepeye çıkabilirim muhtemelen.
Oğlum sen Rita gelen olmayacak dedin de şey gelmez oğlum iyi.
Kim? Gelmez oğlum iyi ne işi var? Tam bakmayacak onlar. Ya beni almanız lazım ya yalnız. Belki sen alırsın tamam mı? Alırım da. Aslında
Di berapa ya? Guys.
15 Enes, berapa mati dua? Orang mati berapa orang? Tadi gua bunuh satu. Mati gua. Oke. Di jamur ada yang mayat ada mati jam. Iya ya. Gua bunuh satu.
ต้องตีมันไว้ชิ้นนี้สู้มาส่งนี้สู้
Loving the radio comms and the translation as well, but also loving the PMWC Lucky Spin, which is available now in PUBG Mobile, co-created with PDP. Loving the radio comms and the translation as well, but I'm also loving the PMWC Lucky Spin, which is available now in PUBG Mobile, co-created with PDP creator Nana, the Electron Energy set, the Proton Power set, the stunning alien fusion grows out. Log into PUBG Mobile and take your spin before it's gone, like Max has done. I have tried it as well. I'm gonna try it again today because that grows out looks sick.
It is amazing, and he's also glowing. It doesn't look like it right now in the picture, but it does actually glow quite a bit. So he's got some animation. It's themed around PMWC. It's only W's for the skins right now.
And one team that was glowing in that last match was none other than Ida, because Ida, my goodness, this is a squad that also needs to make sure they stay within that range of getting to the top 5, and they were able to do just that, Neptura.
They were indeed really looking forward to what they have coming in off the back of that big win, because yeah, they did play that very well. I want to point out specifically their smokes coming on in there. We were talking about this again, you know, analysts, we chat in the backstage area, but it was really nice to see them use those smokes against EA when they made that push onto Nongshim. It was a really good performance there to just make sure. And yeah, you're seeing the day 1 versus day 2, night and day. I mean, I think we saw that in game. We could see it very clearly, but night and day on those stats as well, looking very good for them.
I mean, I love this because I love having a look at their average of eliminations and being able to capitalize on that. And I want to give them a shot, get them whatever food they want, buy them whatever skin they want in PUBG Mobile, because it's insanity that Arena lost that with that much health and utility. Obviously, you know, popping on the zigzag, but was not prepared for that shotgun at the end. And you know what? Having teams that, you know, are creeping their way up from the bottom into these positions, they're locked in. And if you think you're at the top of the leaderboard and you're safe, it's not always the case.
It's definitely not always the case. Between Circle, for us, we're looking at the match ranking here. Teams 9 through 13 were eliminated, Max, which leaves a huge opening for those squads towards the bottom, and also for those teams towards the top to just kind of expand that lead.
I mean, yeah, because it's so close towards the teams in the middle, and especially the bottom of the pack, as you just said here, Seven. And because of that, I was expecting Tiamba to just kind of level up their aggression, which they actually did at the very start. They did go for a crash on, I believe it was 7-1 GS team. I'm like, yeah, this is great, but not on Circle 1 to Circle 2. You know, it's a little bit too early to go for a full commit fight and get instantly eliminated, because you're not getting any eliminations, and especially not getting any placement points. So Tiamba, I like the change of mindset, but it's just not at the right time. They need to do the fights when it makes the most sense in these games.
Yeah, I mean, 7-2-1 sort of took them down, and that creates like that chain effect at the bottom 3, Max, you know, giving a little bit of hope to none other than Dopeness. They overtook them, put themselves in a good position, got on that north side, didn't scout Nongshim, and, you know, just leaving Kenji and Spigot to sponge some placement. But look, this is how crazy it gets at the lower of the leaderboard.
Please keep that up. Let's look at the top damage dealers here. I was just speechless by what Ida was able to do there at the end, that solo player. He was even celebrated with the kiss on the forehead, just saying, good job, please keep that up. We really need that, because if not, then we're not going to be able to make it to top 5 or even get close. But right now, that squad, with this kind of performances, at least they're putting themselves in that it doesn't really matter area, because they might end up going to survival, which might leave them open to just do whatever the heck they want.
Well, that's exactly how you want to be playing, right? You want to make sure you are comfortable, ready to go, and ready to get into the next game without too much of a, oh my god, we gotta win this game if we want to succeed. But yeah, really, really good stuff coming in from there. Also, shout out to EA in that final play. I do want to say EA actually doing a really, really good job, and I think if it hadn't been for the Ida player, you know, flicking in to get that win, they were isolating Ida really well. They were moving around and trying to control as much of the zone as possible. So shout out to them. It's still a really good game from them. So again, going into the next Erangel, want to see more from them.
Yeah, Arena. Shout out to you, Arena, right up until the end when you got absolutely smoked by one player with very low HP. One team that has been actually very consistent today, Max, for the first 2 games, which has been a big difference from what we saw yesterday in day 1 for Group B, is none other than Nongshim.
Yeah, I was hoping you were going to ask me about Nongshim Red Force. I love the way they play because they're not an aggressive team early game, mid game, right? They're just trying to get a focus on their position. And especially if you look at this circle finish, western side of Stolber, very northern side. Where do Nongshim Red Force drop? Down in farm split. They go for a wide rotation all around the western, the eastern side of Stolber Mountain. Get great entry point. Have a 4-man split, just scouting very passively, just getting some information, seeing where all the players are hiding in those bushes. And at the end, when the team's at their weakest, they're involved in a fight, they have to rock up, they take the high gun position and get a ton of eliminations. Sure, it's not a win, but Nongshim Red Force, the macro decision making is just next level.
Honestly, come over here, Max. That was just an eye on
no! Camera! He gave me a little
looking at the overall rankings for Team Vitality. I mean, they're going to stay up there too. GodLike still performing well. Just let's keep an eye on that gap between GodLike and Ida Esports because it is currently at 12 points. S2G has been able to perform well. They ended up on a 1v1 with GodL.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they were way too slow on that. I'm on the fence for S2G, honestly, here, Seven.
Why?
Because yes, they are performing better. Are they performing well? I don't really think so. At least not in that game. I think they were way too slow on that third party. I think they took forever. Once the third party was done, then they took forever to actually push GodLike as well, just giving them so much time to defend.
I mean, especially they only have 12 placement points over the course of what is now 8 games. That's a very low placement point, and the survival time must be abysmal. S2G, you need to get into those late games.
And for this team towards the bottom right now, Lace, I want you to get into your best coaching mentality. How are you going to hype up these teams like Tiamba, ETSH Esports, and Hustler Crew?
I will personally head over to Hot Jukes. I will reach down and grab his left shoe. And probably not do much with it because, you know, I might get a complaint. But look, these teams, especially Edge, coming out of that, they had a great position on the high north side. They had about 5 vehicle cover, 7 eliminations, moving on into that zone. And what did they do? EA Arena, they knew that they were there. It's not like they was just kind of did a nice flank onto them, but they're struggling with these positions into late game. If they were to have just defended Arena from behind, it would have been a different story for them. But the passiveness when it comes just specifically to late games from Team Etch is sad.
Yeah, it is sad for them. And for Hustler Crew, honestly, Kalaris, they might need a new pep talk, man.
4 of the 5 at the very top that I think have been the big fish, the big kahunas. They've made that's going to cost you the big bucks here for PMWC. But I think in Group B, the big bucks has done all the talking. You've got 4 of the 5 at the very top that I think have been the big fish, the big kahunas. They've made some amazing plays happen each and every time. They've looked very flashy, but one that's been ultra consistent without looking too flashy, I think, has been Horror Esports.
Just swimming along in that pond. They're a big fish at the moment. It is Horror. They're doing fantastically well. Again, so far they've had 2 bad games, like a 15th and a 16th, where it's not gone well. But we caveat with the fact that if they don't have a bad game like that, it's a top 5 at minimum. They've had multiple thirds, multiple seconds. They've had a strong win yesterday on Erangel. They're just a consistent team. But when we look at this, it's nice because that's very promising going into the finals.
No, definitely, especially since someone like Skyrite is still currently in that running for a potential MVP spot of this group, I would say in particular. Maybe you can kind of carry that forward into like a final if it does occur. And that said, I feel like the top 5 as a whole, there's a little bit of separation already gathering from the bubble teams just below them. So Horror currently is kind of that boundary. I think that they can stay stalwart in what they've been able to do so far. Good splits and being able to take positions. And they do control space very well. It's just that actually at the very top of this lobby looks so flashy. When those stack levels come in, it's difficult to kind of go up against that.
Like when we were memeing earlier on in the day with Vitality.
Set things up with how it's going here, Dukes. The day, of course, already raging on. 2 of our battlegrounds played out, and another spectacular one just on the horizon. Off the back of what was a monumental clutch. I'm hoping everyone tries to raise the bar of their own individual level to match that.
They're going to need to, that's for sure, right? I mean, IDA did exactly what needed to happen to put them in the running, right, for top 5. They're still not there yet. I mean, there's still more to do, but you know what? Hopefully they can do it in style, and you guys can do it in style with that new Young Galacticos Champion Ancient Charm set. See if you can get that thing in game. I saw the players wearing it the other day, and I was like, I want some of that, right? I need some of that in a couple XL.
Oh yeah, man. If we can get 2 of those up here.
And I mean American couple XL, right? You know, otherwise there's like 5 or 6, you know.
Don't worry, we'll get you a tight one that fits nice. We'll get you looking fresh.
Fitted, baby. Straight fitted. And I'll tell you what, IDA are looking fitted to put themselves into that top 5. We'll see if that can happen. The rest of these teams in these lobbies need to go absolutely insane. There's only 4 matches left here.
Yeah, dude, it's gone by so quick today, especially, right? It feels like we've just whizzed through these games. Well, whizzed, probably rather than rizzed. Some of the players have been rizzed.
Oh, yes, they have. Yes, they have. They're looking good, man, as here we go into the second Erangel match here for Group B. Let's see if the zone's going to be finally coming here in this game, right? I think we need at least one normal Erangel circle when it comes to this group.
Is that what you want?
Just one.
All right, watch this. You ready?
Yeah.
Wait, you just wait. When you see the zone, you're going to be blown away.
Okay.
I'm calling it right now. Trust me, Jigs.
You had the crystal ball when it came to go, right, before. Let's see if Jackie's got it locked in now. If this thing goes to Zark, I'm going bananas. As I'm looking at that top
just wait. The anticipation's all going to be worth it. Trust me, Jigs. It's going to be the most revolutionary zone you've ever seen.
Okay. All right, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I know a lot of these teams are ready for it here. As I'm looking at that top. Because of the fact that you have to make that bet, right? Like, you go to the mainland, you go down to military base, you try to hold that that bridge just in case the zone goes in another direction. Vitality don't care. Like I said, they've done so much. You don't need points, they can do whatever they want, you know? But for teams in the mid-pack, it's not good. It isn't, because this is not one of those circles that's like, oh, I got zone blessed and now I'm going to get 30-point game.
Yeah.
It's like, we're just going to try to make it to endgame here.
You're gambling on it of deciding, okay, do we stay there? Do we go back to the mainland? Which one do we pick? We're just going to get stuck on a bridge again.
I wouldn't even know if I want a bridge fight. What do you do here? I'm really trying to crunch my brain and think. Get that Nine-Tailed Fury. You know what? I think the best strategy here is to go in game and get the brand new Naruto skin. I think that is what you're going to do first, right? Get that Nine-Tailed Fury. And that way I'll look good, right? And once I'm going and get that skin, then really think, what do I do in this game? as we're going to see Ida get that loot truck from Pachinki. Loot trucks really have changed the game here, the whole meta. They've really allowed a lot of these spots that used to be a little bit rougher when it came to loot now be absolutely stacked. Because I'm thinking, what do we do here in this scenario? The coaches had to tell these teams, Jackie, you have to win the game. If you want to make it to the finals, it's win the game. Otherwise, just good luck, right? So what do we do here in this scenario? What position?
Start scrapping, see if you can squeeze Elim, bully some of the lobby.
Too risky. I think that
You know effectively at this point, you're kind of middle of the pack. You're not really going to fall that far down. The bottom side's so low. Slipping out of survivals can be hard.
Yeah.
So you might as well risk it.
You have to, and I think this is the game to risk it. I think that at a certain point, I think here it's all risk, for sure. As we get into the Miramar matches, then it's like, all right, maybe we got to play a little conservative just to make sure we don't fall in the bottom three if you're that low. But here is one of those games where you gotta shoot for the moon, right? Try to get that top three finish. I think if you're going to go down a spot, I think you go Fairy Pier, that Fairy Pier hill, right behind the gas station. If you take that spot there, it gives you a lot of control of the zone. You can hopefully maybe even catch some third parties. And it looks like Ida, of all teams, is going to take that spot. So they are saying, you know what? We're one of the squads that definitely could make it in top 5. And I mean by one, I mean the only one, right? They're the only one really in the run for top 5 here due to that last game. And they're going to control this hill side, which I think is an excellent spot in the zone.
And it works out pretty cerebrally for them as well, right? Because you come in, like you say, get that loot truck, arm yourself a bit earlier, that gets cut out some of the additional time they'd have to waste, sort of slowly slogging along, getting themselves better firepower and ammunition to work with. If they run into another squad, maybe they do just take that encounter head on.
They certainly rise to the occasion, man.
It's a good call. It's a great last game. You could see they were all fired up in celebration as well. Big stage like this, Duke, sometimes the paranoia gets to you. But they certainly rise to the occasion, man.
They have rise to the occasion, and they did it in just such insane fashion. A crazy 1v3 to end things up, to get the chicken dinner, the dub, and put them in the running here. It's so insane. I mean, job's not done yet. I mean, GodLike have been playing phenomenally today. That's going to be a hard one to catch. And we heard it there from the desk, right? Out of all the teams in the top 5, they were talking about Hora.
Didn't think that's where we'd be seeing them, Dukes.
Oh my gosh, I can't. That's like, for me, the most frustrating thing in this lobby is seeing Tianba in. I mean, I don't even want to say it. I mean, they are in bottom 3 right now. I mean, I don't want to believe it, and in every, if this was any other year, I'd be like, I'm not worried, like it's Tianba, they're for sure not going to be blah, 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 but what has happened with Alpha 7, is making me very scared, because there wasn't a world. I would have put the whole house on saying that Alpha 7 were for sure making a final in 2 international events, and they haven't done that yet. So, yeah, Tianba, please get it together, please.
Yeah, we need to see some sort of change. Again, that'd be a prime example of a squad that probably could. If they lock in right here, right now, game like this, right, run the risk. It's not looking great as it is anyway. If you can completely flip that around with a big result, get some points in, bro. The other teams drop down below you. We know they've got the firepower for it, Jigs. It's just gone quiet.
silly quiet. I mean, for them to even be close to bottom 3 is insane, and the fact that they're sitting there right now is wild. I mean, they're not that deep down. I mean, it's only 2 points away from dopeness and about 9 points away from 9th place. So it's not the scariest position to be in, but you know, you don't like to see it regardless. Next zone. Let's just see how toxic it's gonna be. Are we gonna get a crazy shit? Okay, yeah, it does go perfectly up to that mainland. So that bet from Ida, right? I mean, this is the perfect zone shift for them.
It's worked out brilliantly. Opening game plan so far uncontested. Sped up a lot of their looting, found themselves a good position that's still very central as well. 72-1 GS once again. They've been a bit of a dark horse of being able to squeeze eliminations and bully some of the squads that are massively above them in the standings. And that little nip, make it harder, take out some of these players so that you can try and climb. That's helping not only them, but potentially a few of our other squads as well.
Yeah. I mean, that's the teams you got to take out here, guys, right? I mean, at a certain point, I mean, I'm not going to say at a certain point. It's literally this point now. Like
right now.
The mid-teams need to hunt down the top squads. Like, you need to have, the coaches should be talking to these mid-pack teams, analyzing their drops. Now, I'm not necessarily saying hot drop, but have a good idea of where they move rotationally. Try to gatekeep them on try to catch them out on a drive in somewhere. You got to do something to slow them down, because just hoping that they don't perform is just not good enough. You got to make your own luck. You got to find a way to make something happen. Unfortunately for Tianba, they lose a player on rotate, so they're going to be stuck with 3 here in order to get into that end game. And now QZZ gets knocked out by Ida. This is worst case scenario for Tianba. They're gonna hold the warehouse here, not the worst spot. It's one of those spots that you hard commit to. Are they not gonna get this res? Oh, brutal. And that just shows the urgency from Ida, right? They're like, we need every single point we can get.
Yeah, that's absolutely hellish for them immediately as well, right? If we're saying these kind of games where, yeah, as much as it's not barren, bottom of the bottle, not feeling like you can completely get back into it, another game goes by, suddenly you're looking at 3 matches left. If they remain in this position with their squad already falling down to only 2, and especially if you're feeding those points to a rising squad like Ida, this can't be happening.
Dude, I'm getting flashbacks, guys, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like remembering Alpha 7 being like, hey, all right, another bad game, another bad game, another bad game. What's going on here? And then all of a sudden, boom, they are knocked out. You could just see the look on the players' faces and just not looking too happy at all. Coaches from Young Galacticos are locked in right now. They're in 8th place, 47 points. And again, that is quite a few away from that mid-place position. So yeah, if you're Young Galacticos, you're in the blue zone now. Hunting down some of these squads might be beneficial because you need a ton of eliminations. Let's see if they can find them, though, as Dopeness end up battling it out with Team Vitality. Razak throwing the Molotovs in there. Lupa on fire, and he's gonna burn, baby, burn. And that's Dopeness losing one of their players here.
Dopeness trying to clash back. Eyes on the Wizard's Tower. Razy goes up top to make sure they can hard flush onto Lufa. No recovery mission, but Nikita has other ideas in mind. Nearly gets up the stairs, but Razak's quick with it. And the buckshot's dispatched them. Head on a swivel as well. Finds Ken G, 1 by 1. Dopeness very quickly falling to the wayside. Nice pick up there, Jukes. They can save their mate as well. This is a bit surprising, though. S2G can't commit onto the GodLike crew, and they're gone.
Wow, what a huge finish for the side of S2G. This is their chance now. S2G's got to go for the win. GodLike getting shut out earlier is perfect for them because they are right there. 4th place, 5th. Not a crazy point gap going up from them. So 75 points is where they're staying. That's the goal to catch up to. Big opportunity. You know, Ida saw that. You know, Aura saw that. You know, Young Galactica saw that. We'll see what they could do in this game. And now with Dopeness getting eliminated earlier, Tiamba are like, all right, hey, let's get a good game in here and get out of this bottom 3.
Yeah, exactly. You're not too far off. Couple points. There's only a duo there. That's the scary thing. Need to weaken them early. That task is way harder. Half as many players to rely on.
Now, yeah, you're just gonna see these rotations come out. I mean, S2G need to find themselves a good solidified position, and they do, right? They have a good spot in this next circle, especially if the zone goes up north. Yeah, I think now it's time to play things a little bit slower, slow things down. You got to get to end game if you're S2G. Fights right here are way too dangerous because if you take a fight, you're getting third party, almost guaranteed. So slow it down a little bit and try to get this win. Because that's what you need. You need still a good amount of points here. And if you can get that win now, man, they'll be